good afternoon, Mosquito 00 Fox. This could be the information X-ray request startup for Fox Control.
A350 follow the Transavia on your 12 o'clock, contact tower, Sierra 7, Bomber 9, decimal 220, bye bye.
Roger, to follow Transavia, Bomber 9, Comma, 372.
Delta 46, taxi Newgate, Delta 7, 5 Whiskey 5, cross runway 17.
Whiskey 5, cross line, center, Delta 46.
Yes, please confirm your gate, Delta 7.
Confirm, Delta 7, thank you sir, Delta 46. Cover that, 119.130, Orange 46.
Correct, bye bye.
Bye. Goedemorgen voor de Transavia 5519.
5519, hello, you were ready?
Fully ready, Echo 5.
Target 5519, starting and pushback is approved.
Start push approved, Transavia 5519.
Cockpit prep checklist.
Cockpit prep checklist. Cockpit preparation.
Has now been completed.
Fuel.
Transavia 861 Golf,
Fuel, we have 91.6 tons loaded.
Passenger signs.
Passenger signs now on.
IIU.
Nav.
Barrow reference.
QNH 1017 hectopascals set.
FMGS.
Set.
Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Cabin crew, fuel is on board, catering service has been completed and we're just waiting for load sheets so you can start boarding now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Singapore Airlines. Please note that all hand luggage that cannot be securely stored in the overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you will need to be taken now. You're also reminded to take care of your personal belongings and valuables at all times. Thank you.
Selamat sore para penumpang yang terhormat. Selamat datang di penerbangan Singapore Airlines. Mohon perhatian Anda bahwa semua bagasi tangan Anda yang tidak dapat disimpan di kompartemen atas atau di bawah kursi di hadapan Anda harus dimasukkan ke dalam kargo sekarang. Anda juga diingatkan untuk menjaga barang-barang pribadi Anda setiap saat.
Loading has been completed. We're sending payload sheet up to you now. We're waiting for you to close up. Once the beacon light is switched on, we'll contact you to begin pushback.
Hello.
Roger.
Willing it, we can connect taxi Bravo 23, cross runway 18 Center, Whiskey 5.
Copy to ground.
Go ahead.
Stand by for ground power disconnection. We will be starting the APU now.
Shamrock 601 for contact 11.8 Europa.
You can disconnect from the ground power now, please. Thank you.
Roger. Stand by, please.
Standing by.
Ground power has been disconnected.
Roger. Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Cockpit preparation.
Completed.
after crossing,
Oxygen.
Tested. All good.
Gears, pins and covers.
Removed.
Parking brake.
Parking brake is on.
Doors.
All doors are closed.
Fuel pumps.
Fuel pumps are on.
Takeoff speeds.
V1 is 143. VR is 146. And V2 is 155. Set.
Beacon lights.
And the beacon light is now on.
Before start checklist completed.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Call me when you require pushback.
Delta 136, contact 118.
We are almost set to go. You can deconnect it.
Roger. Ground tow is connecting.
Roger.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give your attention to the safety video which will now be shown. Thank you.
皆様、ただいま歴内の乗用設備をご案内いたします。前方のスクリーンをご覧ください。
Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines. As the safety equipment on this aircraft may differ from that on other aircraft, please give us your attention as we bring you through this important safety briefings and on a journey through Singapore.
Tow is attached, steering pin is inserted. Stand by while we start pushback.
Roger.
During takeoff and landing, ensure that your tray table is stowed away. Put the back of your seat upright and keep your shoes on. Before we take off, stow your luggage under the seat in front of you or in the overhead compartments. Make sure that your seat belt is securely fastened during taxi, takeoff, and landing. To fasten, bring the two ends of the seat belt together until you hear a click. Tighten it by pulling on the strap. To unfasten, lift the metal flap. We recommend keeping your seat belt fastened throughout the flight. Whenever the seat belt sign is turned on, infants should be lifted from the bassinet and secured with an infant seat belt. If there is a change in cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will automatically drop in front of you. Pull the mask down sharply. Place it over your mouth and nose. Pull the lateral straps to tighten it and breathe as usual. Secure your mask first before helping others. It is normal for the bag to not fully inflate. There are several emergency exits in this aircraft. Take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit, which may be behind you. Count the rows of seats to the closest exit in front and behind you. In the unlikely event of an emergency, or when you hear the command, brace, brace, assume the brace position. If you can reach the seat in front of you, lower your head and place it on the back of the front seat.
Yankee River 7415, contact tower 135, decimal 110, bye-bye.
137 to the Yankee River 7411.
To confirm you're ready for taxi for the gate?
That's class 3.
Place your hands on top of your head. Keep your feet flat on the floor and heels towards your seat. If you can't reach the seat in front of you, lower your head and lean forward as far as you can. Place your hands on top of your head. In an emergency evacuation, floor level lighting will lead you to your nearest exit.
Taxi checklist.
Taxi checklist. Flight control test. Full left. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Full back. Neutral. Full forward.
Checked.
Flaps.
Set.
Radar and PWS.
On and auto.
Engine mode.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
Schiphol ground, Singapore 323. We are ready for taxi to the active.
Singapore 323 heavy, runway 18 left taxi via Alpha 17, Alpha, Alpha 12, Echo 4, Alpha 10.
Departure runway 18 left, taxi via Alpha 17, Alpha, Alpha 12, Echo 4, Alpha 10, Singapore 323.
And also my 7818 for hello, taxi straight ahead via Echo to holding point Echo Zulu. Echo to holding point Echo Zulu.
Okay, brakes are off. Tiny bit of power. Before using an evacuation slide, remove any high-heeled shoes and be sure to leave everything behind. To put on your life vest, remove it from the plastic cover and slip it over your head. Pass the straps around your waist, connect the clip, and pull to tighten. Inflate the life vest by pulling the red tabs or blowing into the mouthpiece. Life vest. And a light to attract attention. Special life vests are available for children. Inflate your life vest only at the exit door and step into the raft. life vests are located under or between your seats. All large electronic devices, such as laptops, must be stowed for taxi, takeoff, and landing. During these times, charging your electronic devices is also not allowed. If you're not using your device, it must be held in your hand or placed in the seat pocket in front of you. If your device drops into the gap between the seats, refrain from adjusting the seat and ask the cabin crew for assistance. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking, including the charging and use of e-cigarettes, is prohibited throughout the aircraft, including the lavatories. Thank you for your attention. Refer to the safety card located in the seat pocket in front of you for more information. On behalf of Singapore Airlines, we hope you have a great time on board as well as in Singapore or anywhere else in the world we take you.
Schiphol Tower, Singapore 323, runway 18 left, ready for departure.
Singapore 323 Heavy, Schiphol Tower, wind 180 at 10, runway 18 left, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 18 left, Singapore 323. Line-up checklist.
Approaching runway
Line-up checklist.
18 left.
Takeoff runway 18 left 18 left.
Confirmed.
Cars.
Set.
Packs.
Set.
Get on 1929, runway 18 left, echo 5, clear for takeoff, wind 25 degrees, 16 knots, clear 21.
Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Notified.
Line-up checklist completed.
Right.
60%. Runway 18 left, echo 6, clear for takeoff. The wind 260 degrees, 17 knots, clear 22.
Stabilized.
Runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
Man flex. SRS.
Toga.
Thrust set.
Runway
100 knots. Checked. V1. Rotate.
Goedemorgen, KLM 771. Runway 2476 ready for departure.
KLM 771 Roger.
Also 771.
Positive rate.
119.05.
descend to 6,000 feet, reduce to 180 knots. Speed 180 knots, Alpine 715.
November, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1013, clear for the LA04. 7,000 feet, QNH 1013, clear as approach 1004, report. Minus flight November.
Level 35036, uniform Papa.
Ryanair 38 Zulu X-ray, Ripso 2 Delta, runway 15. Report ready for descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, which means you are free to move around the cabin. However, you are reminded that for your safety, we do recommend that you remain seated with your belt fastened at all times in case of turbulence or any other potential incidents that could occur during the flight. Thank you.
Ocean 2007, expect lower descent to me, and that's to be with the higher rate. Ocean 2007, traffic information 11 o'clock, 10 miles left, right. Traffic is 1,000 feet, below your left.
Thank you, Ocean 2007.
Overfly to Delta, pattern 380 eastbound, Costa. Overflight to Delta, hello, you are at flight. Lufthansa 461 Heavy, flight level 390. Lufthansa 461, hello, you are at flight. Singapore flight, 435, goodbye. 33465, Singapore, goodbye. Ryanair 6 Papa Papa with you, flight level 390, direct to Cosmo. Could you please again, report to code 132, 759. So, 132, 759, going to London. Good, we need a heavy Takeoff 0 cross, pick up the week. Good Ocean, 11, identified. Lufthansa 1 uniform with me, contact 1308. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, uniform. Vietnam 360, descend flight level 250. Descend flight number 250, Vietnam 360. 409 passing 9871.
Atari Echo 09 Quang Trị flight level 25. Vietnam 592, contact approach 119.
Flight number 1 Vietnam flight 9 380, climb on the ocean 2100. Delta 3. Cadet 380, good day. Asiana 968, proceed direct to Trout, climb to flight level 130. Direct to Trout, climb 130, Asiana 9068. China 427, contact 119.5 with the call sign only, good day. 15 call sign only, Air China 427, good day. Chinese at 539, correct, descend to 4,005. Descend 4,500 feet, China descend 539. Cathay 967, descend to Bravo 140, 3280. Bravo 140, 280 on Cathay 987. Giant 94447, contact approach, 119.1, good day. 49.1, Giant 9447, good day.
Good morning once again from the cockpit. I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. We'll be starting our descent in approximately 15 minutes. The arrival weather forecast is looking good, so it should be a nice easy approach into the airport. We have heard that there is a short delay to landing aircraft, so we might have to hold during our descent, but it shouldn't add much time, if any, to the arrival. Once we do begin our descent, please listen to the cabin crew carefully and pay attention to any instructions they provide. Please also monitor the seatbelt sign during our approach. Thanks for flying with us, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Singapore 323 Heavy, descend to flight level 330.
Continue descent to flight level 330, Singapore 323.
Good morning once again from the cockpit. As you've probably noticed, we've started our descent. Depending on the destination air traffic, we should be landing in around 20 minutes. In the meantime, I will be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. Once that happens, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated and you will be required to stay seated and secured until after landing. If you need to visit the toilet, it may be worth making your way towards one now. You'll next hear from me after landing, so I will wish you a very good morning once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while.
And for to confirm, you have the distance to be 12,000 by Takeoff. But that will be level 4,000 by Takeoff.
Area 1942, climb to flight level 170.
Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for landing.
170, we are now heading of 345.
Ladies and gentlemen, please note that your flight will be arriving at Singapore Changi Airport Terminal 3. If you have an immediate connection in Singapore, please select online connection to view your departure terminal and gate number. If your flight is not listed, please check the flight information monitors in the transit area. Before arrival in Singapore, all visitors must complete an immigration form. Please note the warning on the form about the severe penalties for drug offences in Singapore. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're landing shortly, please return to your seat, put your seat back upright and secure tray table, handset and footrest. Window shades should also be drawn up. Please also ensure that hand luggage is securely stowed. Thank you.
Approach checklist.
Barrow reference.
QNH 1010, Pascal set.
Passenger signs.
On.
Singapore 323 Heavy, turn right, heading 190, vectors for the approach.
0.
Turn right, heading 190, Singapore 323.
Dynasty 104, descend maintain 13,000.
Maintain 13,000, Dynasty 104.
Singapore 323 Heavy, turn left heading 150.
Left heading 150, Singapore 323 Heavy.
Approach GP 42 passing flight 164, 4150, heading 180, guest runway 16 right, this is performance. GP 42 approach, Russia, for performance runway 16 right, expect direct Yankee runway 16 right approach.
Singapore 323 Heavy, turn right heading 190.
Turn right, heading 190, Singapore 323 Heavy.
Singapore 323 Heavy, turn right heading 200.
Turn right, heading 200, Singapore 323 Heavy.
GP 48, turn right heading 210, descend maintain 11000. Southern heading 210, descend 11000, GP 48.
Singapore 323 Heavy, turn right heading 215.
Turn right, heading 215, Singapore 323 Heavy.
Singapore 323 Heavy, descend to 4,000 feet.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Singapore 323 Heavy.
Amsterdam 629, contact tower 118.35.
118.35, Charles 629, please.
Air Hong Kong 208, contact radar 120.22.
Singapore 323 Heavy, turn right heading 350.
Turn right, heading 350, Singapore 323 Heavy.
Singapore 323 Heavy, 4 miles from Akipo, turn right heading 350, maintain 2,500 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 02 left.
Turn right, heading 350, 2,500 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 02 left. Singapore 323 Heavy.
Seaway 215, reduce speed to 170 knots ORS, contact tower 118.35.
170 left, tower 118.35, please 45.
Easter 607, declare direct heavy.
Direct heavy, Easter 607.
Singapore 323 Heavy, contact Singapore Tower 118.6, bye-bye.
Over to Tower 118.6, Singapore 323 Heavy. Have a good morning.
$2,500.
Korean 213 negative, expect ILS Norway 346.
Singapore Tower, Singapore 323 Heavy, ILS runway 02 left.
Singapore 323 Heavy, Singapore Tower, wind variable, runway 02 left, cleared to land.
Runway 02 left cleared to land, Singapore 323 Heavy.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Go around altitude.
3000, set.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
Set.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing lights.
All on.
ECAM memo.
Landing go blue.
Landing checklist completed.
American 169 Papa, taxi to North Forward.
Taxi north hold.
American 169 Papa, contact ground, 17.85. Good day.
1,000.
Good day.
Japan 308-215 DB.
Japan 3082 Saba, Airbus 320 touchdown, runway 34 right, clear time, wind 3506.
Runway 34 right, clear to land, Japan 3082.
500. 400. 300.
Approaching runway
100 above.
02 left.
200. Minimum.
Continue.
Taxi to North Forward.
Taxi to North Forward, orange German 200.
100. 50. 40.
30, 20, retard, 10.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Diesel. $70 knots.
Auto brake off.
Singapore 323 heavy, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway Singapore 323 Heavy.
Singapore 323 heavy, contact ground 124.3.
Ground 124.3, Singapore 323 Heavy.
Welcome to Singapore, ladies and gentlemen, and to all Singaporeans and residents of Singapore, a warm welcome home. You may use your mobile phones and tablets. Kindly remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off. When leaving the aircraft, please take care when opening the overhead compartments and check that you have not left anything behind on your seat and in your seat pocket. If you have a connecting flight on Singapore Airlines, please note that the boarding gate will close 10 minutes before the scheduled departure time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been our pleasure serving you on this flight. Thank you for flying Singapore Airlines, a member of Star Alliance.
Korea 919 Amsterdam, runway 16 right, exit 14 point, near route 5.
Runway 16 right, taxi to hold point here, there's a 5 point here, 919.
Contact ground control 121.16.
121.16, 20.16.
And ground Delta 276 with you approaching Whiskey 6.
Delta 276 ground, runway 16 right. After ANA Boeing 787 on your left side, taxi 14 point via Whiskey 6 Alpha.
Okay, Whiskey 6 Alpha 16 right after the ANA Delta 276.
Verify. On phone 787.
787 Delta 276.
Ground, Melbourne, Changi 16, Whiskey 6 getaway.
Terminal 16 ground, runway 16 right, in position X-ray, QNH 29998. Taxi is 14 points via Whiskey 6 Alpha.
Taxi to
runway 16 right about Whiskey Alpha, Channel A16.
And carry crew doors to disarm and cross-check.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain again. On behalf of the entire airline, we thank you for flying with us and we wish you a wonderful day, a safe journey home, and we hope to see you on board again very soon. Thank you.